Hello, and welcome to our video all about volunteering with the Association. You may already be an experienced volunteer with us, so you'll know how much we value our volunteers, and how crucial every volunteer is for representation at the OU and building student community. And if you're new to us, you can be reassured of a great welcome at the Association, along with ongoing support and some great training opportunities. We proudly hold Investing in Volunteers accreditation, and that shows we take our responsibility towards our volunteers very seriously. When you first take up a new role with us, you'll receive a welcome email which includes training information, a role-specific welcome and onboarding checklist full of useful information, and an opportunity to tell us how we can support you in your role, as well as an invitation to join our dedicated volunteer Slack channel. It's a great space for meeting other association volunteers and sharing news. Making sure you have access to new tools and feel ready to start in your role, develop confidence, and new skills is at the centre of our volunteer onboarding. And this may involve live online training you complete when it suits you, reading material and videos. You'll have access to our volunteer zone, where you'll find our volunteer handbook and core training along with our volunteer policies and procedures. You'll also be able to feed into our impact report that helps to celebrate the achievements of our volunteers. You'll be supported all through your volunteering journey by association staff and the volunteer and representation team. They'll be able to help with training, well-being and any queries about your role. We also encourage you to take breaks and holidays when you're volunteering, and we're here to help if you need to step away. We love to celebrate our volunteers, so as well as reporting on impact, we recognise our volunteers with online events and opportunities to all get together. If you have any further questions, please do reach out to the volunteer and representation team. And finally, we wish you all very best with your role and hope you enjoy your time with us.
At the end of August 2024, we had 334 volunteer roles filled by 214 volunteers. We have a range of volunteer roles available that complement different aspects of the work we do at the Association, including community, equality, diversity, inclusion and student welfare, representation and student voice, and more general ones like our graduation store volunteers. At the Association, we are really proud that our Investing in Volunteers accreditation was renewed last year. Investing in Volunteers is the UK quality standard for good practice in volunteer management. Below is the 6-step process to gain and keep this award. We are really committed to continuing to build on and review the strong foundation we have created for looking after our volunteers. Now let's hear from some of our volunteers on their experience.
Hello, my name's Anne Goodwin and I'm here to talk about my experiences of volunteering with the Open University Students Association. Earlier this year I volunteered to work for 2 days at the Barbican for the degree presentation ceremony for students. My role was to work with other student volunteers and USA staff to sell branded OU merchandise to graduates and their families who are coming to the ceremony. And I'm wearing my OU Zudi today, which you can just about see. I had absolutely no idea what to expect, but it was totally brilliant. I met Mandy from the Open University and also Lou, who's the student volunteer supervisor, and other students who are doing degrees vastly different from mine. And of course I met very many graduating students and their families who were having a whale of a time, and they were very proud of their family members, and many photographs were taken. One of the things this actually highlighted to me was the total diversity of students that study with the Open University, and it's something I think all Open University students should be really proud to be a part of. As an extra bonus, I volunteered to be part of the processional. Yeah, what is that? Well, I got to dress up in an undergraduate gown and follow the processional onto the stage and watch the graduates receiving their awards, which was amazing, and it was really fantastic to see the reaction of the audience. I'd like to thank USA for giving me the opportunity to have this experience, and I'd also like to say if anybody else would like to volunteer, it's really rewarding.
Hello everyone, my name is Isabelle and I'm an event and meetup host with the OU Student Association. I started in the role in 2020 by hosting online meetups for international students all over the world. Later, I also started hosting online social events like quizzes and bingo. And during Freshers, I also hosted study tip sessions. I enjoy being an event and meetup host, as it is a great way of meeting other students, especially because being an OU student can be lonely at times. It is also an opportunity to share my experience and knowledge with other students and answer any questions they may have. The social events are fun and we usually have a laugh. Being an event and meetup host is also a way of giving back, and it makes me feel part of the OU community. I would highly recommend it to everyone.
Hi, I'm Lindsay and I'm chair of OU Pride, which is the Student Association's LGBTQ+ support group. Initially I applied to be the secretary because I wanted to give back to the Student Association, which had supported me so much through the first couple of years of my degree. Then when the chair decided not to re-stand, I thought, well, why not, let's give it a go. And I applied to be chair and got the position. Now I have the best group in my committee and I wouldn't be without them. And I've made friends for life, and that's one of the benefits of being a volunteer with the Student Association. I genuinely have made friends through being a volunteer. I've been able to give back to the student community. I've been able to support them through some tough times, I'm not going to lie, but being able to support them, being able to get them through the tough times, but being able to get them together, being able to have fun, being able to see smiles on faces throughout the tough times is totally worth it. The Student Association is so much fun, is so beneficial to the students and is so important. We need to keep going, we need to keep remembering that the students are at the centre of everything we do.
Hello everybody, my name's Nina and I'm about to start my 5th year of early childhood studies with the Open University in October. So hopefully I will complete fairly soon. But for the last academic year, I've also been part of the Library Study Volunteers team, and our role is to support students in secure environments such as prisons or secure hospitals by searching for extra resources that they might need in order to complete their work. Students in secure environments have no access to the internet, so they're not able to do library searches as we are able to do in order to complete their TMAs or EMAs. So effectively, we do the searches on their behalf. And then once we've found the resources that they want, we will then send them to the print warehouse, who will distribute them to wherever they're needed, whichever student has made the request. It's entirely confidential. We don't know the students involved, they don't know us, and we do undergo good training, excellent training, I would say, in order to carry out the role. So basic training that most volunteers or all volunteers with USA undertake, but also specific training on doing library searches, copyright, etc. So it's quite useful for any student, really. Helps us in our studies. The students we support are enrolled on a variety of different courses and are studying at different levels, so it could go from level 1 right through to postgraduates. So in some ways we also get the opportunity to learn a lot more about different topics, because obviously if you're looking for things you need to check to make sure they're relevant, so there's always a little bit of skim reading and thinking, oh no, that's interesting. You can get a bit carried away at times, I have to say, but it's you have to set a few boundaries, I guess. It's certainly a very rewarding role, and you can fit it around your work or your studies, and you can do as much or as little as you can. But it really means that every request that is completed means that there's a student somewhere in a secure environment that has opportunities to produce the best assignment they can by going beyond just using module materials. So if it's something that you think you would like to do, please do get in touch with the student support team, and they will be able to signpost you to where you can apply as a volunteer.
Hi, I'm Sonia. I'm an undergraduate in maths, and I volunteer as the first club lead at the OU Weather and Climate Club. I got involved doing this because the OU didn't have a Weather and Climate Club. I felt there should be one. I got started in my maths because I wanted to get myself into weather and climate modelling, and I just really wanted there to be a place where I could meet other students that shared the same interests as myself and just find practical support and encouragement there by being part of the community. I think as distance learning students, sometimes we can get a little bit isolated in our environments, so it's really important to be proactive, to reach out to others, and I think volunteering has helped me in that respect. It's helped me stay encouraged through the contact I've made with others, and it's helped me gain a supportive network. I think by connecting with others, you can get so much more out of your degree, and it's really important that the Students' Association helps bring us together.
A large portion of our volunteering opportunities centre around student voice and representation, so let's hear more about that now.
What is student voice and student representation? Let's go back to basics. What is student voice? Student voice is the individual and collective perspective and actions of students within the context of learning and education. There is a rich history in the UK of students utilising the student voice to create positive change in society. It is a powerful thing. We can bring about improvements to teaching and modules by using the student voice. Every student has their own possibilities for using their voice. For example, providing feedback or getting involved in extracurricular activities that help make improvements to learning and teaching. You are an expert in your student experience here at the OU. Your own opinions and insights are valid and count as student voice. You can go a step further and enhance your student voice by becoming a student representative. We like to emphasise the greater impact we can achieve when we work collectively as student representatives. We can do this by harnessing the collective student voice in several ways, such as sharing something good that your faculty has put in place to support students, or asking fellow reps for advice on something that does not sit right with you that you feel could be improved. When we have examples of best practice, we can promote this in other areas and make change happen faster. This is an example of closing the feedback loop, communicating when feedback or action has succeeded in making change. It's a powerful tool to empower and advocate for yourselves, those you represent, and future students to come. It benefits all students, but also benefits the university. And so, the university needs to and does listen to its students to continue to be successful.
My name is Sam Ossis and I'm a PhD researcher in the design department in STEM. I'm just finishing year 2 of my studies and I'm preparing for my upgrade mini Viva. I registered my interest to become a student representative back in 2022 and got accepted. I'm currently a student representative on the STEM Academic Committee and on the Senate. I also support students with any issues they have and point them in the right direction, and I'll be mentoring a student as part of the Connections for Carers mentoring scheme. I also represent the Open University on a panel of students from the Oxcam region's ARC Universities Group Initiative, which will end in being on a student panel at the University of Bedfordshire in November. As you can see, there are so many opportunities for volunteering and representing other students. It's not easy. I have a full-time job in a financial institution and I'm doing a part-time PhD, but volunteering as a student representative is so worth it. Not only can I support and mentor other students, represent students on committees, on the Senate and other external initiatives, but on a personal level, I'm learning so much about the university and meeting so many people that otherwise I probably wouldn't have met.
Thank you for watching, and we hope that you will volunteer with us soon.